Hey up, everyone. It's Andy here with LVF Podcast 21. Not Luke, not Wartburg. I'm in charge today. And joining me on this fabulous journey today, we have Cam.
Hey up.
Josh.
G'day.
Kamal. Alright, okay, that's an entrance. And making his glorious return to the podcast, making some kind of...
Oh, what an entrance.
Welcome back to Killy, everyone. There he is.
Hello.
Alright, so that was an entrance. It's just that.
Sorry,
face
I
there.
tried to contain it when you said it's not Luke, it's me.
Yeah, just getting the disappointment out there straight away
Hello.
before people get confused.
Now they're all disappointed.
No, we've got the disappointment out of the way now. It's fine. It's fine
Yeah,
now.
but they're still disappointed about it.
No. If you didn't want Luke, they've already
You have
gone.
to give them
It's
time to
fine.
recover.
No. If you wanted Luke, they're
We'll
gone.
give
It
them
doesn't
a
matter.
minute.
Everyone else is. They're already committed now. It's fine. But I am going to do the Luke thing and ask, how was everyone's week this week? This is the part where you people answer. Come on. Please, people.
Single us out, give us
Oh
no
my
choice.
god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
I'd just like to I'll apologise
right,
to
Pepper.
everyone there for
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah.
that. Oh my god, I started choking on my beer.
if you. Well, I mean, let's not have my first podcast be the one with the first death in this. That's not great.
That was awful.
You know what it is.
Really. I just looked at Audacity as I was coughing, I could just see the peak, so I was like, no.
You know why there's alcohol, right?
Why?
Why?
You know why there's
Why?
alcohol,
Just tell
right?
us.
'Cause it's the 21st podcast.
Yeah, even though none of us are American, we've been able to drink for like 3 years. Yeah,
I mean,
we've been able to. Yeah,
any opportunity to have a beer, right? Alcohol.
Yeah.
Anything.
yeah. Any excuse for alcohol. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So,
agree.
I mean,
anyone have anything to tell us
we're
about
all-
the last week? Anyone?
I do.
Oh, Cam has a story for us.
Funny you should mention it, Andy. So this morning, I was 2 minutes away from getting my car jacked. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have been my car specifically, but like a car jacking in the area that I drive through. And basically what happened were 4 armed robbers tried robbing a jewellery store in a place called Harrogate, which is like 30 minutes away from where I work. So it's like you have to go past my work to get to it. And they failed and they got nothing. So they were kind of mad and trying to get away. And I'm looking at the like news article now, and apparently they escaped empty-handed. And they arrived in a place called Kirksall, which is where I drive through. And they hijacked a car. They then abandoned it and stole a van. Then they abandoned the van and stole another car of the same make as the first one, and then escaped.
Alright,
So
so
Well, basically-
multiple cars.
Yeah.
But basically, as I was driving to work, like, there was a whole section of road was, like, cordoned off, like, in front of me. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be able to get past, because they were letting few cars through. And on the other side of the road, there was, like, a van parked diagonally across the lanes, and it was all, like, cordoned off with, like, police tape. And I got right up to the police tape, and then they started, like, taping along the side of my car and then behind me. So I was, like... And
You're
there were
a
a few
suspect
bit-
car.
there was a car next to me and a car in front of me, and they were all looking at, like, they were looking at me for answers, like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Cam, tell us what's happening, please.
What did
I
you do?
was like, I wish I knew. I thought my car was about to become evidence in some investigation I wasn't even there
Do you
for.
just expect one of the policemen to just go, "Can you roll down the window, sir? Step out the car, please, sir."
I was, like, patting my pockets down, like, do I have my driving licence? Like, proper panicking. And then they were like, they like waved the car in front of me through, so I just bombed it straight through. I didn't know why I bombed it through. I had done nothing wrong with it.
Not suspicious at all.
You're totally
I
not
was
suspicious in any
I
way.
was so nervous. The thing I was most nervous about was, I'm going to be late for work. Will they believe this excuse? Will they believe that I was stuck in some police tape?
You should have just kept some of the police tape just as evidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Yeah, you should
like
have grabbed a
van.
bit as you drove past.
Yeah.
I just snipped it out of the window.
Yeah.
That would have looked dodgy.
Yeah, as the
They
guy's,
wouldn't
as the
find that
guy's
suspicious at
mid-tape
all.
or something, just grab the tape out of his hand.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd get done for that.
Yeah, I'd imagine you'd probably get in
You'd
some form of
understand.
trouble.
You were late for
But yeah,
work.
At the time, I didn't know what was happening. There was just like a van in the middle of the street, and I suddenly ended up in police tape. And then, like, I looked on the news later on, and it was like an armed robbery gone wrong, and they stole that van, and then dropped it off like a metre down the, like 5 metres down the road, and stole another car, and then got away.
So
They
it
caught him
wasn't
eventually.
because you may have committed a crime or something. You weren't panicking yourself. You were just like, "Oh God, why am I getting police called?" And Jesus,
was
they
more
found out
panicked.
something.
I was honestly
I don't know
more
what they
panicked
found
about
out,
the
but they found
fact-
something out.
They knew
I
I
was gonna be
downloaded
late
that
for work.
movie. Damn it! How did they know?
Josh, shush, they might be listening.
I mean,
I was seriously,
movie?
The NSA
I was
is
worried.
always
No movie.
I was worried they weren't going to believe my excuse at work, like, why are you late for work? Well, you see,
Funny
I
you
got-
should ask.
I got stuck in some police tape, but like, they're not going to believe that.
Wasn't
Can
my
you
And
imagine?
then
Do
I was
you-
only like 5 minutes late,
I told
and
you
then I
I'm
showed them the
getting
news
arrested.
article.
Listen, oh, that was fair enough.
I'll put the news article in the link dump so you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
see
speaking
what
of like the
must
whole
happen to
police
Cam.
cordony things, can anyone remember? I mean, Cam, you might know. You know when there was the whole riot in Newcastle about the match and the man punched a horse.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah,
horse.
Newcastle. I think it was like Newcastle lost a match and the Geordies were not happy, so
Oh,
a man.
What did the horse
he,
do?
Naturally.
he saw a
I know,
police
right?
horse, so he
Poor
thought he just thought he'd punch it because I know he's a moron. But I actually saw that happen because I was in traffic, stuck in
Oh,
the
wow.
police cordon, and I saw this man look really angry and like coming over this, like, "Oh," and then he's just like, I was like, "What's he doing?" He just punched the horse. It was like,
The horse
The
just did not
horse.
care.
What
the horse
happened
was
to
just the horse was just like
Lol. Did a feather just
it sort of like, took a couple of steps back and it was like, all
What
right,
happened there was Andy moved his head around a bit
yeah, for the
for people
yeah,
who
okay.
can't see.
Do you think the
Well,
horse?
but
do you think the
everyone who
horse
can't
just-
see because we're not recording video.
Do you think the horse gave him like a dead eye stare, going, "I'm gonna find you.
So,
I know
yeah,
where you live,
and
and then I'm gonna kick you
this-
while you watch."
this is
kick
not
you
over.
with your family and your children. This horse is
Yeah.
Bit dark.
what happened to him after he punched the horse? Did,
Yeah.
like, I'm going to imagine police officers
He-
just dived on him.
He
Pretty
got
sure that's
dived
bad luck.
on and then he pissed off for a bit and then because it was like
I
the CCTV everywhere, he got caught and then he was like, on the papers for like weeks. As that
thought you were going to say they dived on him. I thought you were going to say they dived on him and he pissed. To start with, I didn't hear pissed off. I just heard piss. I was like,
well,
why did
maybe
he
they
start
did.
pissing?
I'd imagine it's quite scary being jumped on by policemen.
Yeah.
He just punched a horse. That man is not scared of anything.
But
He does not know
was,
what fear
he was
is.
he was in the papers for like a good couple of weeks as
Look
that
at this
bloke who
idiot
punched the
punching
horse. He's like-
Apparently
he's like a
still
local
the guy
so-
who punched the horse.
Yeah, he's still the only guy who's punched a horse. He's like a local celebrity now.
He's walking down the street. Hey, horse puncher.
He's like, yeah, he's like, oh, all right, fellas.
You would
Yeah.
not start a fight with him, would you?
Well, if he's
Don't
punching,
start with him. He's
Punch your
punched the
horse.
horse.
if he punched a horse, I'd hate to see what he'd do to a human. Gosh, yeah, it's not something you really want. But yeah, anyway, moving on to more actual recent topics. Have we all seen all the new trailers that have been released? In this case, like one's like half an hour ago or something.
Yes, and they all raise questions.
Yeah, they're all a little. So which one?
Especially the Jurassic World.
Alright, we'll start with the Jurassic World one. So
Right, can I just mention one thing?
go for it.
Right, parents, send 2 children off on their own. All I'm saying is, they've seen the 3 previous films, no doubt. Why are they sending them to
Yeah,
a place
it is
which is
set in
gonna
the
go
future.
That
fucking
is
wrong?
so weird.
It's just.
Yeah.
I think the best part of the whole
How
trailer
old are those kids
was
as well?
when Chris Pratt is talking to the scientist and says, "Yeah, so you've genetically modified a dinosaur." That seems like a bad idea. And it's just like,
Yeah.
yes, this guy
Yeah.
knows what's going on. The only
It's
thing
like
that makes
Molly the
sense.
sheep gone wrong.
He's the
Is
only
that
one
the-
who's seen all the
Yeah.
other movies.
He's the only guy who's seen all of the Jurassic Park movies.
I
He
don't get
learned.
what I don't get is though, how do they've controlled all of these other dinosaurs and made them not want to eat people, and then they genetically engineer one that's still a dinosaur that wants to eat people? Like, did they
Yeah.
forget to remove that trait? when
Because
they
it's
were
got the
making it?
hunger. It's got the hunger. Once it
They-
tastes its own kind's flesh, which... No, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to take that back. Right.
A bit
They were
of
just
a-
like, we don't need to make this one non-violent, right? What's the worst that can happen?
So yeah, I mean, we've done it right with all these dinosaurs. This one will be fine. We'll just happen to
Yeah,
not
yeah.
put. We'll just keep the violent gene in like the massive dinosaur.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fine.
And I've
It's
seen
not like
people
this has happened before.
Yeah, when has this ever happened before?
Maybe the
People
T-Rex
like
from the first
scream,
film will
crack,
come
and
by and
scream.
save the day.
Maybe, yeah.
Did you hear what the original plot was supposed to be, though?
No.
The
I think
human
so.
soldier dinosaur hybrid.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
What?
we're talking about that a
They
while
were
ago.
like the,
Will they little dinosaur
apparently,
people? Please let them be
apparently
little
initially
dinosaur people.
the plot initially was going to be that they would create super soldiers that would be a hybrid of human and dinosaur.
Yep.
That is what I'll see if I can find a link to it now.
I remember that.
At least it's not that.
I'm
So is it-
imagining.
what would they have? Would they just have like? Would it be like people with dinosaur legs, or would it
There
just
There
be
are
people?
images of it.
I
I'll
just-
show you an image.
I just imagine the dinosaurs dressed up in like the lobsters, like the English
Prehistoric
Englishmen
crab
during, like,
people!
the-
Yeah.
No. During the Napoleonic War kind of thing era, like
No.
the Englishmen, the uniform. I just imagine dinosaurs dressed up as that.
They're just dinosaurs and people
with
clothes,
guns,
basically.
like bayonets.
Yeah,
And just
trying
posted
to
a link
hold
to the,
guns, but since they have no thumbs, they can't really
Yes.
do anything.
Oh
Speaking
my
of
God.
thumbs,
Ah, I dropped it again, damn it.
lots of people were actually screen crapping the Jurassic Park trailer, and apparently the dinosaur that they genetically engineered has thumbs.
Oh, they're fucked then.
Oh well, that's
Why would you
why-
make a
yeah.
super
Why
intelligent
would you
give it
dinosaur that
thumbs?
wants to kill people and has thumbs? Why
Look
would
I mean,
out, he's got thumbs!
Once
I mean,
animals
it can
get
literally
thumbs,
hold things. Like,
I mean,
why would
to-
you
to be-
give it that
To be
superpower?
fair, in the last movie, couldn't the Velociraptors open doors anyway?
I don't.
Yeah, but they're
I've never
claws.
seen a Jurassic Park film. I will put my hands up and say
Really?
No.
Ah.
How
I
can you
don't
be
remember
commenting
them.
on this
It's
one
been
without
years.
prior knowledge?
How dare I?
Yeah, how very
Yeah,
dare you?
he's a neutral viewer.
Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah, I guess.
It looks.
Kamal's
it,
not biased.
It looks pretty outdated. Bro.
I mean,
I would
the
go see
concept,
it.
the
I would go see
technology,
it just because
the
it's
idea.
really dumb.
No, I would go see it
Oh,
it's
if
dumb as hell.
someone paid.
Dumb as
If someone
both.
paid for my ticket, like with every Transformer film I've seen. Though now I've just made that comparison, I imagine someone is probably going to have my head. Not naming any
Me.
names. Luke.
Me.
I mean, Luke's already hated every second of this Jurassic Park thing because
I'm with you, Killy. Transformers went downhill. very
Kamal,
fast.
dumb.
I didn't mind.
That
Did
is
you
the
watch
right. That is
four,
the
Josh?
right answer. That is an acceptable
Josh, did
answer
you
from
watch
Josh.
four?
eh,
Yeah, did you say
Which one's for?
The newest
it's the one after 3.
The newest
Very
one.
good.
I don't know then.
The,
Maybe?
To be fair, the
the
fourth one is
was
crazy
the
long.
It's the one with the robot dinosaurs.
And the one with the giant magnet in the sky.
And they're all dressed up as...
The one was the robot dinosaurs for like 10 seconds. That
Yeah,
one.
that they really didn't use them enough.
Freaking hell, I was so disappointed. They lied to me.
It was just too long. It was like 4 hours long, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Even I will say that about that movie. It was so
Wasn't
long.
John Goodman in it?
What?
He played like
John
yeah, he
Goodman.
voiced one of them. He voiced
Did
he
he?
voiced Sully from Monsters Inc. Yeah, it's where he voiced like the fat Transformer. who's
Oh
the
yeah,
fat
he does,
Transformer,
he does the
alright.
fat one, the junker one, yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the next trailer, shall we, Terminator. Apart from,
Oh, it's good.
apart from the fact that their title's spelled wrong, what do we think about that?
Oh, you shut up about this damn title.
It's spelled wrong.
Jenny Sis.
It is?
Yeah, it's Jenny Sice.
Oh, come
Oh,
on, Josh.
Genesis, right, yeah. No, I think you meant
Come on.
Terminator. I think you meant the name Terminator.
I mean, no, they didn't mess up that badly.
Called it the Terminator.
Yeah,
I
I,
think-
I don't like the Y. The Y
The
put me off.
Terminator.
I think the
I said
concept
they're
for
not
that.
called Genesis? I
Jenny
didn't know how to
Sice.
say that.
Jenny
I think the
Sice.
concept for the Genesis word though was system. Like it was meant to be like the first part of system and Genesis.
Well, it looks stupid
It's
and I don't
bad.
like it.
It
It's
does look
awful.
stupid, though.
It's silly.
Something
What,
that
the
Can you
trailer
wasn't.
at least
or-
put a dash or something in between
Just
the
the
I
spelling.
and the yes?
Oh, you're not talking about the actual footage. You're
No,
just
I mean,
talking
the
we're
about-
footage
just
is
talking
awesome.
on the title. We're just riffing on the title right now.
The fact that Daenerys Targaryen has now apparently got guns and just fighting the Terminator, that's pretty awesome.
She's not
Yes.
fucking
Oh.
Daenerys in the
Crossover.
film.
It's Daenerys Targaryen, shut up.
I want her dragons to
I
show.
think the trailer was pretty cool.
Robot
I think
dragons, called it.
The effects look good.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
The unrealistic bus crash was interesting to look at.
Arnie looks a bit
Bus
younger.
crash. To be fair, its front wheels are gone, so I mean, if they got rid of the front wheels, it would front end and flip. But I don't
Not
think
that
it would get
high.
that much.
It
It
out.
would
wouldn't
not
flip, like,
somersault. It would
80
not
feet
flip
into
the
the
air.
style. That's
It's an
what that bus
action
did.
movie, though. It's
an action movie, so
they
therefore
always
buses
that
have to
shit
flip.
in it.
Yeah,
No,
but you
yeah,
start
yeah.
saying that.
It's
And the
fair.
The
flip
only way
has
they
to be
could make that happen-
overdramatic and...
It
I like
was
the-
Just
I like the fact that
something
Josh
heavy got the
is-
front of it.
It was impressive.
Josh is judging action films based on how high bosses go in the air.
It's a
Then
good
how can you say
action film that
Transformers was
thus
an
flew
okay
up
film?
Really high.
It's with any action movie. You gonna tell me that's not the case?
But
It is
yeah,
gonna
it
be a
looks,
cool
it looks like
scene.
it's gonna be cool. I was not expecting much, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Although the
Well-
young version of Arnie looks weird.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
Arnie
Arnie
looks
that was
weird
fine.
anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah,
But
and then
it seems like a remake of Terminator 2.
it does.
Well,
Yeah.
I can only be a good thing, right? Because
So
Terminator
hopefully
is
with
the
the less
best Terminator.
annoying... With
Yeah,
the less
it can be a good
annoying-
thing, but nah.
But,
Hopefully it's a
there we
less
go.
annoying Sarah Connor, though.
That's the sum up of Terminator. Meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did you like the most recent Terminator? Was it Salvation?
The one
No,
with
I hate that.
the one
was
with Batman in it.
The one with Batman in it?
Christian
oh, yeah,
Bale.
yeah. Oh, yes, the one with Batman in it. Did you like that one?
Eh,
I thought
I,
it was alright.
I really
it was
enjoyed
it was
that
pretty
movie.
good.
I-
I thought it was
I don't-
average.
It was pretty
See,
good.
people always say, "Oh, that's a shit movie," and I go in. I guess because I don't really have any expectation. I just watch it, and it doesn't usually worry
The
me that much.
opening-
unless it's an
the
absolutely
opening-
terrible movie.
If you
Yeah,
go
that's
in
fine.
with
Pretty
agree
with that.
easy.
It's hard to make an action flick that is awful. They're all average usually.
Yeah, I mean, if
and
you-
then there's
if
some
you just-
really
Exactly.
good ones.
if you're just
Even
going
if
in
you go back
expecting a
to-
dumb film with guns and explosions and stuff,
Yeah,
you're gonna
right.
you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
'cause
wait,
you've
no,
switched your
wait.
brain off already. You've come in with your brain turned off. Like,
Yeah,
if
pretty
you
much.
come in expecting a lot, you've gone to the wrong movie.
I
Yeah,
mean, look at Die Hard. If you really look at Die Hard, I mean, it's a great movie. I love Die Hard, but if you
Die
think
Hard's
about
awesome,
it,
yeah.
it's still an dumb action movie.
yeah, it's
like
just
all
dumb
the others.
explosions, shoot,
But
anger man thing. Yeah,
the thing about Terminator Salvation was the opening to that with the drone and everything. It was high action and stuff like that. Just slowed down from there. That's what got really sucky for me. I thought
yeah.
that's why I
guess.
didn't like it so much because it just built up too early,
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
that.
and the
I
plot
remember
did
it
have
that
some
well.
loopholes here and there. But
Yeah, so you're saying that
What movie
the
doesn't?
it climaxed too early?
Yeah,
yeah,
it
like
just gave away
I
its
do on a
best
regular
stuff.
basis. But still.
Cam's face.
There always
Love
has
it.
to be one, and it's always Andy.
Finish,
yeah.
finish, stupid.
It's just-
Do you know what the worst thing is? You beat me to it. That's why I'm so
Yeah, that's
mad.
why-
You beat me to it.
All right.
And what about our last trailer would be someone would say the best
Star
one.
Wars.
Star Wars episodes after
Okay,
7.
I want
Seven.
Killy to go. He looks happy.
Go for it. Go for it.
It looks like the Sith are wielding claymores. It's brilliant. They got like a giant big ass sword. And the memes that have just come out from just
No, that was
love it.
fantastic. I like the Hanukkah candle
she's
best. That was
riding
great.
a Magnum Classic. I love it.
Product placement.
Oh yeah. Oh my word, what was that?
That was my microphone dropping because I was too excited.
Oh my god.
Oh, and
You literally dropped the mic.
Drop the mic. Yep.
And Sackboy as well. They made that out of the speeder as well from Little Big Planet. We've got, it's just brilliant.
That's it.
But yeah,
What's
I
all
think
the
it's,
crap that has arisen from that trailer because because of the Black Stormtrooper? What's all that about?
I think
don't
it's because
understand.
everyone says that the stormtroopers are like meant to be clones of like, is it?
no,
The
no, no, no,
bounty
no, no,
hunter
no,
fella?
no, no,
Is it not?
no. If there's context to this, but I know there was an after the Empire started and stuff
Yeah,
like
did
that.
they not, like-
Apparently, there was a rebellion at the cloning facilities on Kamino, and then afterwards.
They hired
just
other
used
people.
volunteers. That was it, or something like that. I don't know. It's a bit of a context, but they stopped using clones after a while. The only clones that they kept
Yeah,
was the 501st.
All I
Why do I know
remember
that?
is that the cloning kind of stopped, and then the rest of the troops were just pretty much people who wanted to fight with the
Yeah.
army.
So it's people
they
who
control
don't
most
know
of the
They're
what
just
they're
normal
talking
people.
about. So it's people who don't know what they're talking about complaining about something that isn't actually a problem.
It would just seem like unnecessary beef.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Well, because it's a Star Wars movie. There's so much expectation behind it.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got the
it's gonna be
people
the
who watch
hardest
the
movie ever to
originals and
make,
the
'cause-
prequels.
Would you guys
Considering the
think-
prequels got
like,
such
overall-
crap.
Yeah,
yeah, but the
I'm not a fan
prequels
of-
suffered. The prequels suffered from not being the original 3 films. So.
exactly.
Oh, that's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I'm all about the unpopular. I liked episode 1. I don't even care.
I mean,
I loved Episode 1 as a kid. Episode 1 was
There
my
we go.
favorite film.
what do you guys think then overall of the trailer? Do you...
I thought it was pretty.
I'm looking
I
forward
thought
to
it
it.
was pretty good.
It was good.
I
Even
like that it doesn't give too much away.
Yeah.
That's what I like
Yeah.
This
about
is
it.
another one that I'm probably gonna watch, but I've never been like a fan of Star Wars, and I don't know. The trailer seems a bit dated to me.
I think it seems good. It's just like
the stuff used to be cool like when I was a kid, but now it just kind of seems like
I've always
That's just
been.
because we're growing up.
I've just been
Yeah.
fairly meh. It's because we're all just going to become sad adults. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I think.
We're all
remember,
cynical
if he's-
and pessimistic.
And obviously, I don't have to like trape on about how that lightsaber's stupid as hell. But it got so much crap already. I don't
It got
need to give it any
destroyed.
Yeah, but
crap.
people said. Yeah, but look, people said that Darth Maul's lightsaber was shit before Star Wars Episode 1 came out. Then they were loving it.
Yeah.
Who knows? This
Darth
guy
Maul's lightsaber made more sense though because it affected his fighting style.
Yeah,
But
but
this,
this guy
like,
might
what
be-
are you gonna do with this lightsaber?
Stab
Stab
people's
people that you're
eyes.
standing right next to? Like,
That's true.
If you want, maybe. I don't know.
cut your own hand when you accidentally pick it up wrong? Like, it's so close to the hilt, it's stupid.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll leave it alone.
It had like a mountain to climb just when it got released because
I
every
imagine
single
Kamal's
Star
gonna
Wars
get very
nerd was going to
angry at
pick
this
it
point.
apart the instant it got released. So
I was reading an article that someone had written about the new lightsaber, and they were saying how how the two little spokes before the mini lightsabers come out.
the crossguard, yeah.
Yeah. But that little bit before the saber comes out, they were saying how if a lightsaber can cut through anything, unless that's the one of the things that lightsabers can't cut through, that that's going to come straight off. So then they come up with like some of their own designs, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but but if you look at the
Should put that
lightsaber, it's
down.
not as thick as a standard. I don't know. Why do I even know this sort of stuff?
Go for
But
it. Go
what
for
I
it.
noticed was it was thinner than your standard one. So I'm assuming it's something.
You mean the
I don't know.
blade?
The blade, yeah. Overall, was it was
I think
far
it's
thinner.
because when Luke got his lightsaber, that at that period, like all the kind of knowledge about building lightsabers is pretty much gone. So I think Luke built his to what? I think he was talking with Obi-Wan or something like that, who helped him construct his own. I can't remember exactly. I'm probably totally wrong. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's more because it looks more raw. So I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if it's just because they're rediscovering how to rebuild lightsabers and stuff.
They're just
like
rebuilding lightsabers and just dicking about, basically.
That. Yeah.
They're gonna sell
Making
them.
swords. I think they
just
did it as
ghetto
well just for the
lightsabers.
visual effects.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
looks
so
cool.
they can have like a little thing at the end where it goes pew pew, and
It
like, the
looks
side
cool
One
bits
thing
as
I
come
well,
out.
doesn't
liked is the look of the X-wings. They look really cool.
Yeah, it did look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know
I think
about.
it's a good trailer.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
because it's literally, it teases. It doesn't give too much away like most trailers do. It just teases as what to
good.
expect.
It just shows characters popping up and just like.
I want to see a
the
football
key
match between
iconic
them little
figures.
drones.
So,
Them little droids. I want to see a football match.
Yeah.
Full 90 minutes.
Are they the players or are they the ball?
They're the players just like jumping around on top of the ball as it goes around.
They see me
I wanna see
rolling
this.
and
Sweet.
hazing.
You know
I guarantee that'll be a video.
I saw
You know
that
the
meme.
speeder at the beginning?
The Magnum?
Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
seen that? That
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah, the
That's
trolley
great.
flipping picture, yeah.
That's absolutely great.
So someone pretty much turned the entire trailer into like a parody.
They did not waste time.
Yeah, it's... Also,
Like
yeah,
they were waiting for it.
yeah.
you would have thought, wouldn't you?
People were ready for that trailer.
Them
But
trailers
yeah.
were good.
Well, yeah, now we've covered trailers. I guess we can move on to you guys' questions. So, anyone like to jump in and go first?
I have a question.
Go first.
Okay.
Whose dick's
Say-
bigger, yours or mine?
Well, it's clearly mine. Say a lady has a pre-existing nipple ring, right? Nipple piercing.
Right.
If she has a kid and she takes it out, does the milk come out through the holes? The new holes?
Is this your actual question?
This is your question.
Yeah,
Joe.
what's wrong with my question?
Everything.
What about nose rings? I mean, if you get a nose ring and take it out, can you blow like air through the hole?
Oh, for
Yeah,
Probably.
you
God's
can,
sake.
but it heals really quickly. But you
Yeah,
can,
but I
for
mean,
no-
if it does, obviously it's not going to heal straight away.
No, yeah, you can while it's
It
like,
heals
still
over
fresh.
time.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
it's
a
still
hole.
fresh,
I
you
imagine
can.
stuff. You've made a
Well, you
hole,
just put
stuff
two
comes
tiny
out of it, I
plasters
guess.
on it.
I don't know about the other one. And usually nose ring holes are really small, so even when you take it out, the skin kind of seals up pretty quick.
You just have to blow really hard.
Josh, do you know what you do? You go ask a woman who has a nipple
See,
pierced and who's had a
so
kid.
you're saying if you had like a nose ring and you sneeze really hard, like the hole just go and just open.
Cam, don't look so disappointed.
Cam's so disappointed in you.
I don't even know what we're talking
This
about.
is
right
a question for Google, Josh.
Josh,
So, like, when she blows her nose, or he or she blows her nose, do they have to put a tissue at the bottom and then a tissue over the hole as well?
Well, you'd just blow your nose normally, wouldn't you? Like, you'd put the tissue around.
Oh, yeah, I guess so,
Josh, I just googled this to get the
I
answer.
like the fact with the nipple ring, they could then use it to like store a pencil. You know, like people store pencils in their hair, they can store a pencil in their nipple.
nice.
Oh, how freaking big is this hole?
I don't know.
Depends how big the
Maybe it's a
piercing
tiny
are.
pencil.
Depends
Yeah,
how
like
big
a really
the
thin
are.
pencil.
It'd be cool if the mother who had the nipple piercing could have like 2 streams or something.
Why would
For
that be
twins.
cool?
I
Apparently,
don't know. It's like a
Apparently
big
you can.
fountain.
Google says that milk still comes out the same way, but sometimes it comes out of the hole.
For twins. It's the solution
Cool.
for twins.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what
there you
Google
go.
says.
you'd be like a
Just
colander.
get one sit either side up in the mouth and just go for it.
Josh,
Here. For
you're
the
not going
link
to ask
dump,
your
I'll
future
I'll have
missus
the
to do
answer
that,
to
are
Josh's
you?
question.
Get a nipple pierce.
Maybe.
Get-
I mean,
Yeah, this is
it's
what Josh has been considering.
right? I'll
These
know
are the
for
questions
sure.
that need answering clearly.
Yeah, these
The
are
doctor's just going
oh.
to go. The doctor's just
We
going
are
to go.
not
Yay,
putting-
twins!
Well, that
Feeding
link's
basics in the
absolutely
link.
going in the link.
I mean, it has to, right? It's the answer to the question.
Sure, okay, it'll go in.
Breastfeedingbasics.com pierce nip. Oh, for God's sake!
There should just be like a bracket after this Josh's question.
Yeah, please.
Is that your serious question?
Huh?
Is that actually your question?
Yeah, why not?
At this point, this is like Iron Man 3, where I'm still hoping Ben Kingsley is the Mandarin. I'm still hoping this isn't your question.
It's an elaborate double bluff.
Shot.
Who's next?
Well,
You
now
gotta follow
who wants to follow that question?
that. Not me.
Okay, I'll go. I'll bring us back to movies. So my question is, what is the movie that you've let off the hook for the silliest thing it's done, just because you've liked it? And Cam looks...
Cam looks like he wants to
Me.
dive in here. Okay.
Pick me.
Alright, well, Cam, go for it.
Go,
Okay, so Pacific Rim is absolutely one of my favourite movies. I absolutely love that movie.
I think I know
Because
what you're
it's
talking
just
about.
giant robots
Where
against
you're
giant
going.
monsters. But
Pacific Rim
there
is
are
killer.
2 things that really stick out. In fact, there's quite a few things, but okay, there's 3 things that stick out. I'm going to do 3 things really quickly. One of them is The Wall.
Ah, the wall's stupid.
Do you see? The Wall, okay, the only reason I can think they built The Wall is because, and if people don't know, it's intended to keep giant monsters out. But then one of them comes along.
Yeah, it's like
instead,
the
puts
instant
through it
that
in
they
like
put
They
the
5
wall
just walk
seconds.
straight through it.
It goes.
It's just like, what's this? A
just-
little garden fence?
It's like
Get
a
that
bit of
out of it.
paper.
Like,
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
the
You
only
just
reason
walk
I
straight
think
through
they
it.
did it
Well, apparently
was
it took them an hour.
because...
Oh,
they
wow,
like,
an hour.
An
Were the
hour.
monsters not smaller at first? I don't remember the wall particularly well, but when...
Yeah, that's because it fell down almost
Yeah,
immediately.
it got smashed through it. It got smashed through in all places, Sydney, and then the monster got
Yeah.
his ass kicked out of it.
I'm
afterwards.
not even alive right now. I'm dead.
They
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
I think they did it because it created jobs, one, and also it's sort of
For
it's
economic purposes.
It was the
it's
illusion.
a symbol of
wasn't
hope. It's a symbol of hope for the people.
it? It was an illusion.
Yeah, if I was in that era, I'd rather put my hope in giant robots that have guns
Yes.
than some
Than a
poncy
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean,
because,
the
like,
only
how
thing you could
difficult
probably
that
say
thing
is that
was to build.
it did take him an hour, so I guess they could have used the hour to evacuate people. But that's, I mean,
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
but you've got to
that
think
wall
about
was
how long it
supposed
took the
that
wall to build. And
that
how
wall
much
was supposed to
resources
like
it used.
replace the robot indefinitely, though.
oh yeah,
So,
I
like,
know that.
Yeah, it was.
And
it
they
was
sunk all
stupid.
that
And-
money into it when they should have been using it for the robot.
And there's
to
also
build more
a
giant
flying.
robots.
There's a flying monster that just flies straight over it.
Yeah.
That's a
Was
good-
that
even,
wall
even if
doing?
a robot, even one of the monsters had particularly long legs, it would just go, nope, I'll just over that.
You
Yeah,
know why
so
they didn't send the flying monster to Sydney? Because it takes 5 seconds. They're not going to waste it on Sydney.
Are
The
you
other thing-
Aussies really worth it? Nah.
The other thing is the sword.
the
The
sword.
A
sword.
bunch of dirt.
That's
What is that
sword.
about the sword?
Yeah.
the sword.
Like, they're in space, they're literally about to die. Oh, we've got a sword. What? Did you want to just work this out now? Did you just read
Pointed
the manual
sword out
now?
before as well. They were like, "Look, it's this awesome sword. By the way, we're not going to use it."
Did you just
Until-
read the manual while you're dying? Like, what? Use the sword all the time. You saw how easy it cut through the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm
if you're
so
if you're
mad.
a giant robot and it's got a big sword and a big gun and there's a monster, you're going to shoot it before you try to chop it, right?
Yeah, but there's the shock on their face, like, oh, we have a sword, remember? Duh. Like,
Oh, we
you
so
use
oh we
that
so,
when it's
we so
carrying you into
silly.
space. Oh, it's so stupid, that damn
Yeah,
sword.
I
They
It's
could
cool
have
when
easily
they
like
use it.
made an
As well.
excuse for it, like, oh, it's limited power, limited use, or something. But nah, they just psycho.
It's
And
like,
it's,
nah,
and it's
sword.
a sword, like, it takes no power maybe to deploy it, but,
Yeah.
like, it's a sword, it's solid metal.
It's just a big metal thing you hit stuff with.
But then,
It's more efficient than a gun.
It's a sharp metal
The-
thing you hit stuff with. Get it right.
Nah.
by far, the
Getting-
most
getting technical
stupid
over here.
thing, the most stupid thing in that movie,
Even stupider than the war.
yeah, is when they go through the portal to the other
Oh.
dimension, and they can still use walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
Like, what is that about?
Hmm.
They're still using, like, really old-school style radios. They're in another dimension, in another... Like, we don't know where they are. They could be on, the other side of the universe, but, oh no, the walkie-talkies still work. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Why do they still work?
I mean, I
With
think- I like to
everything
think-
else on the robot shut down, but the
Because
walkie-talkies are fine.
they
They'll
can get away
service.
with it because it's a Del Toro movie.
It's
Don't
just so
underestimate
ridiculous.
walkie-talkies.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're just still even using walkie-talkies when they've got giants fighting mechanoid
If
robots.
I use walkie-talkies, they lose reception. I go the other side of the house.
No,
So
that's-
another dimension.
Walkie-talkies are actually alien tech. That's the secret.
Yeah,
Just
nobody-
they're in a
secret
different
alien
dimension.
batteries or something.
Nobody knows how they work. We just pretend we do.
Just like Mac.
Apparently, they just work anywhere. Underwater in a different dimension, fine.
If
You know,
if
forget all the
wish hard enough,
interference.
it'll connect.
It's
What,
so
what you
much
didn't know
BS,
was
that
those
part.
walkie-talkies were actually just like a pair of cups on really long strings. So
Yeah,
you
there's
go through the
just a
portal.
string going through the portal.
Yeah, there's just a string going through the portal.
I
That's
found,
what they.
Sorry, I just found the link to the alternate the alternate light sabers that guy came up with.
Oh, for
After
God's
the,
sake.
Sorry.
After the wall collapsed, they just invested
that
in
link.
really strong
Yeah,
rope
and now
and
they've got
really
the
big
link
up.
cups. It's so crazy, that walkie-talkie thing.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
much BS right
I'd
there.
have to be with Cam on this one. I can't really think of a movie, but Pacific Rim would have to be mine. I'm willing
Like,
to
I
ignore
abs-
those
I
facts.
absolutely love the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. I
It's
can watch
awesome.
that movie
It's
so
awesome
many
film.
times.
Because they
The
gave us what we
soundtrack,
wanted. Giant robots
everything
fighting
is
giant
good.
monsters.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love giant robots fighting giant monsters? It's
That's
There
just,
are
all I
so many
wanted.
more flaws in it as well. Like, they carry the robots with helicopters, yet they can walk. Like, what's
yeah,
that?
that makes no
They're not
sense
kids.
whatsoever.
They don't need stabilizers.
It's like, get me off the
Some awesome
sofa. I
helicopters
must go
as well.
fight.
Another thing
That
I didn't
would
like,
be my
I,
movie.
like,
Just pick the monsters up and leave.
I didn't like the fact that they had
Pick
like the
anything
whole brand new robot. They had the bit where it was like each fighter has to control a different hemisphere of the brain, sort of thing. Then suddenly
Yeah.
they've got like 3 Japanese people controlling like a 3-armed
Those
robot.
Japanese
It's like,
don't
what?
diss them. And they're
Yeah, they
Chinese.
just like broke their own rule.
The Chinese, right? Yeah, I know, but they like made a rule, then they immediately broke their own rule.
Yeah. I loved it though.
Oh yeah, it was
Pacific
Yeah,
Rim
I'm
is such a
willing
good
to-
it's
movie.
such an
The
awesome film, but
YouTube
admit
says-
it's so dumb.
There's
So I'm
just so
guessing
much BS.
Andy's on the agreement side of that as well, unless he's got a different film.
I mean, I could think of another
I'll do
film for
mine.
you.
I've definitely
so-
got a film in mind, but it's going to piss people
My-
off.
I'll go with my film. Or have you got on? Come on.
I'll go with mine. My film is. Have you guys seen it? It's relatively new. It's called Lucy. Have you
Yep.
seen it? It's that Scarlett
Oh,
Johansson.
Yeah,
that
never
movie.
even.
Don't even get me started on that movie.
That movie has so many plot holes.
Oh my
it's
god.
amazing.
It's just- It's stupid. It's such a stupid ending. What is that?
Okay, let's start with the whole concept is she's like this chick, she gets in some trouble, she gets some drugs, and the drug packet explodes internally in her, and she can now use like higher percentages of her brain moving throughout the movie.
That part is cool.
What?
Is that how
That
drugs
part is
work?
cool.
So yeah, apparently that's how drugs work.
Why
That's
did
what
I
a drug
do
does.
this?
The problem
No
with this part of the
overdose?
movie.
Just sudden magical powers?
Just
You
wait
overdose
for
on
it.
drugs,
Just
you
wait
get
for it, Josh.
superpowers.
The problem
Just
with
wait.
that part is obviously like the whole. It goes on that concept like from 1997 or whatever, where we only use 10% of our brain. That nonsense. That
Also,
isn't
urban. Also not true.
true at all. And also, drugs don't give you superpowers. Don't do
Yeah,
drugs.
kids are gonna
please.
go out there
Don't
and
do
they're gonna
it.
shove them up their ass or
Yeah.
something and just have them explode and go, oh, don't worry about it, I'm gonna get superpowers.
Josh, I don't think that's how
can
drugs
fly.
work.
It's got such a bad message.
Yeah.
Stick a,
But,
stick a
that-
pill up
it is
your
cool,
ass
though.
to get super brain power.
Yeah, the film was really cool though. That's why I let it off that.
They just took it too far, though. That ending
That the
is
end
the most
of
ridiculous thing
The
I've
end of the
ever
movie
seen.
is this this
It's
is going to
so
be a spoiler.
stupid.
So for anyone watching who
Spoiler
hasn't seen
alert.
it, doesn't want to be spoiled.
You need it
skip this
spoiled
part.
because it's like crap.
So she's Kev's seen it. She's in this room and she's like trying to download everything she's ever learned ever, like into one location, so scientists can use it to like further humans,
But you missed the
human
part though.
knowledge.
She disintegrates into like some sort of slime ball
Yeah.
that's made up of wire. It's
Yeah, I
so.
was gonna
Flubber.
get to that. So she
She was flubber.
she starts breaking down into this black slime ball.
It's weird.
Because that's what people are made of, apparently.
Is that what happens when you
and,
overdose?
and it's slowly like they call it a computer for some reason, and then she's just there, this black ball of slime, just kind of sitting there, and they're protecting it for some reason, and then out pops, and then from
So
the middle of this giant slime ball, out pops a USB stick.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what's worse than that? Worse than that, she goes back in time. She can suddenly time
Yeah.
travel. She goes back to the first ever, like, what do you call it? I don't like Homo
Yeah,
sapien?
the first
The first, like,
kind
the
of
first...
like monkey human evolutionary step.
And
I
it
don't know what
happens
the
to be
official
called
name-
Lucy. Oh, it's such BS in that movie.
that's just...
Yeah,
Oh.
and then she touches it. This is all happening while she's a black blob where in her head or something, and she's like traveling around the universe.
So she's
It
tripping.
is ridiculous.
That makes-
Like,
that-
it's a cool
What
concept.
happened at the
like,
end of that movie was the drugs had the proper effect, and she just went high.
yeah. The entire film, she was just in some sort of drug coma the entire time.
It ends really bad as well. Like the the USB stick comes out and they're like, oh, where's Lucy? And like loads of phones ring and loads of text come through and it just says, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not, love. You need to just not.
And then they end the movie on that. So yeah,
Like, it was a really cool concept with the whole drug
They
thing.
ruined it.
that It increases your brain capacity and
yeah.
some of the powers, like she could change the colour of her
Were
hair.
really
that
cool. Yeah.
was kind of cool, but then it's
How
when they
could you
start
change
getting
the
into...
colour of your hair with your brain?
Because it
Yeah,
goes.
but-
Because it's DNA, right? And
Yeah.
and she could just like
Yeah, but you-
grow it out and like, alter her own internal
can
DNA.
control-
Like,
But
you
that
see-
was part of her like power.
That part is somewhat
It's
believable and
out
somewhat
there. It's out there.
acceptable.
It's an action sci-fi film. I mean, we're not going to believe everything, but it was
That part,
it was
it's just
like
when
in the
it's the end.
realm
It
of-
really is the
Right,
end.
should we
when they're
just
like,
end
oh, she
that
goes
conversation
back in
now before
time.
we start getting?
I'm getting so mad right now. Talk about something else.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Please.
next.
Right, I'll go to mine. Mine is...
Best till last.
It's not quite as a glaringly obvious problem as, like, Pacific Rim and, like, Lucy and all that, but
Lucy.
it's Battle Royale.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
No.
Well, I mean, first of all,
It's the
watch
film.
Battle,
Give us
That
like a
got ripped
brief
off.
intro to,
wa- watch,
the
Battle,
concept.
watch Battle Royale, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But then there's a bit where, okay, there's a bit where there's people there making a bomb, and it's like,
Yeah.
the whole concept is that there's different zones of the island they're all on, which is like set for everything to blow up. And that there's these,
Okay.
I think there's these three people who
So Battle
that-
Royale, for anyone who hasn't seen it, is like a high school trapped on this island.
it's
right?
it's a better version of the Hunger Games
And it's
essentially.
kind of like the Hunger
Far
Games. These
better
kids have to
version.
kill.
Wait.
These kids have to kill each other, right?
What? What?
That's the gist of it.
Is it a Japanese movie?
No.
Yes, it's a
yes,
Japanese movie.
Oh, I've
Okay.
seen that then.
Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
okay. I didn't recognize the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, it's Battle
Oh,
Royale,
that's
but
a
yeah.
bloody
Essentially,
stupid movie.
The island's put into grids,
wow.
and it's so Josh. Oh no, but yeah, the island's put into grids, and it's like I think it's every hour one of the grids gets activated, and if you're in that grid, it's like everyone wears a collar, and it blows up
Yeah.
if you're in that grid area. But there's these
Yeah.
three people who are like building a bomb, and they're in the same place for the entire time, and they never get stuck with the whole you've got to move or you're going to blow up sort of thing. And they know where they are. They know exactly where they are, and it's just like, no, we're just going to leave them. We're going to leave them. They'll be fine. And then it's like it's like
Don't let them continue building this bomb.
yeah, they have microphones in their collars, and the lead guy holds their microphone to block off the microphone when he says we're going to build a bomb. But then he takes it off and says, "Oh, I'm going to need some fertilizer, some gasoline." And like all these bomb ingredients, it's like whoever's listening who isn't a complete moron is like, hang on a minute, these people are up to something here. But it's just like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah. So,
I guess
why
they're
would
just
you
trying
need
to plant a garden.
yeah, maybe they're just going to
They
make the
want
best
to
of
build
it
a
and make a
bonfire.
nice flower garden.
Gasoline, they're just going to light a fire or something?
Yeah, they do that. And then, of course, there's the other stupid thing is the villain, the guy in the suit. I think it's like, I'm not going to try and remember his name because I can't remember what it is. But it's like he is pretty much the most immortal thing in the world. It's like at the end he gets shot about several hundred times. You can just see him just go like, oh, he's like there's bullets everywhere, and then it's just the cheesiest thing. And most of it's like kind of gritty and stuff, but then he just gets up like some sort of cheesy horror film monster. And it's like he's even bleeding from the eyes and everything. It's just like, and it's like, all right, well that's just not necessary. Just not.
Wow, that's a lot of bullets.
Yeah, it's just like it's literally they've got like a Uzi or whatever, and it's just like put like all of them in, and it's just like nah. Or I could just live until it's like a convenient.
You're not selling this movie very well, honestly.
I mean,
you're making it sound awful.
Apart from those two things, it's bloody awesome. Definitely watch it.
Sure.
I mean, we just destroyed Pacific Rim about a bunch of stuff, and that's still a really good movie.
And Lucy sounded like trash. After
Yeah,
Lucy is trash.
You haven't
Lucy
even
is
heard mine.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
Of these three films, don't see Lucy, see Battle Royale and Pacific Rim.
I hate Lucy.
Yeah. Pacific Rim, top.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got another film to talk about.
Hello. Wait, is it films we still enjoyed watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Well, I mean-
watching this because A, it has a big cult following, and B, it's so bad, it's funny. But it's leaked with plot holes. Troll 2.
Troll 2.
Wait, what?
I
What
don't
is
know what
that?
this is.
Seriously?
Troll
I
2.
know.
Yeah.
It's voted. It's,
TROLL2.
yeah,
Two.
it's voted. It's been known as one of the worst films ever made.
Oh,
I had never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never.
Basically, it's
Well, you've
about
got
a
three people
family.
here,
A
too.
family upends and swaps houses, does a house swap for a weekend or something, with another family who
Okay.
turn out to be evil later on. And basically, they're stuck in a town. Just a spoiler alert: it doesn't relate to trolls at all. It relates to goblins.
Oh.
I'm not going to mention the plot hole. I'm not going to mention the many plot holes, such as the fact that, and basically, you become they're vegan goblins who only eat humans after they've eaten this green stuff that turns them into goo or a big tree.
All right. Sure.
Basically,
Sure.
and it's usually put on food. I'm not going to mention the fact that it was directed by two Italians who never spoke a word of English, hence why the dialogue was awful. I'm not
But
going
you're
to
mentioning all these things.
We're not going to mention these, but these things are definitely a part of the film.
I'm not mentioning them. I'm just voicing them. I'm not going to.
Yeah, just
I'm not going to.
it's like checking it
just
off your
doing
head.
It's this
Yeah.
one
Just an
scene.
overview.
It's this one scene that just got me. I don't know why. I'm not going to mention the other fact that the town's called Nilbog, which is goblin backwards.
Oh my god. This sounds worse than Lucy.
I'm not going to
Glorious.
mention the fact that the food they eat when they arrive at the house is covered in green stuff. They don't question why it's got green stuff on there. They just eat it. I'm going
It's
to
just
mention,
extra flavouring.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
and I'm not going to mention the fact. Except a guy turns into a tree, and when he gets cut down, it looks like he's having a wank.
That's a great film there.
It's the fact the woman who leads the goblins, she's all old and everything, then she gets all young, then she goes to a guy who's in a trailer, and then basically she feeds him sweet corn on the cob. And then it turns into popcorn. And then the whole trailer gets covered in popcorn.
This is just-
She does nothing. She just starts screaming. He doesn't dare anything. You don't know what happens to him afterwards. That's the one problem I have.
That's
The only
that's
problem?
the only problem you have with the fact that this film tells like a fever dream.
Oh god, you
Just
can watch it on Netflix, I think.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Looks
we definitely need a link to that.
It's such a
Wow.
good film. It's such a
Are
good
you
film for
sure?
the wrong reasons. You laugh at it. But...
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's like one of those films you watch on like a bad movie
Have
night.
you seen Iron Sky?
No.
Right, well, yeah, it's just like that. It's crap. But Iron Sky's about Nazis living on the moon. But, you know. Cam's got it.
Clearly.
Cam's got it.
Isn't that what it looks like in the movie?
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Wow.
Yeah, you're definitely
I
correct.
linked that. That has to go in the link dump.
Yeah, that picture will
Oh my
There is
word.
more-
some
there
of the
is so
glorious makeup effects that will you guys know.
Oh god, it's just so funny. For all the wrong
Would you
reasons.
say it's the best worst movie you've ever seen?
I can question
Have you seen
that.
Lucy? Because that would go to that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
That's not
Troll
absolute-
2 though, if you can.
I thought it was supposed to. I've
try
seen
and remember.
Troll Hunter. I thought it was a sequel to that.
You're breaking up for me.
No.
Okay.
Okay then. No.
Right.
Well, that was awkward.
Wow. Okay. What did you do?
I have no idea, but Skype just all over.
Oh
the
no.
place. My god.
Wow.
Are you guys still recording?
Yeah, I've still
Yep,
recorded.
yep.
We just got to find out where
Yep,
we
so-
cut.
Yeah. There was just okay. There's just gonna be. I guess you
I
could.
have no idea what happened there.
I know where I've cut because I was saying hello and stuff like that, but we need to find the point where we start again.
Yeah. Well, just
Are we
look.
gonna have to resync?
Yeah.
Probably once. Well, I mean, once
Well,
Josh
we're moving
and
on to another. We're moving on to another question anyway. So.
yeah, we'd finished that. I think it's just.
Can we
it's
do
just,
my
just
question next? Because I've got a good one.
yeah.
What is your question?
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Or
say.
do you want to
it till
catch
later
us
on.
off guard?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll drag those two.
Yeah. Just try the.
Right,
All
I'm
the
gonna-
time, like my Skype, my internet never cuts out
it
or
never
anything.
cuts. As soon as it cuts out, you have to. Oh.
I
what's
definitely
happening?
think. I think we cut it around the 47-minute mark.
Yeah, it was
Well, I
around.
still have Avera still recording, so if all else fails, we can still
Okay.
use that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You could just cut, right?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
just
we
cut.
just
We're
cut
just going
that
to
bit out.
resync, and then we're just going to say, all right, we cut it around 47 minutes or something like that. But well, I think it was 48 or something. But then we just resync on the.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be able to see because it'll be like a bunch of like.
There'll just be nothing.
Yeah.
Was
Just
that
look
Well,
on
I'm
the.
saying.
You
I mean,
switch
the old-
cameras.
I'm assuming so, yeah.
All right, fair enough then.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
saw my profile picture up and I was like, shit, it's gonna crash in it's gonna
Yeah.
crash. And then, like, nope.
It's great.
All right, shall we
Oh.
resync then?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's.
Okay.
So,
3, 2,
hold
1.
on.
Do you know where you're gonna take off from?
Are you
now,
all-
maybe? Like after
wait.
we start,
Yeah,
so
I'm
we can-
starting my next question.
Did we all stop recording or did we keep the recording?
I
going?
kept
Keep
recording.
this going.
Right, okay, we'll just resync then. So, 1, 2, 3, sync. 1, 2, 3.
Is that 49,
Did you
59?
clap, Kamal?
49.59 near the
All
point.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
40.
49.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
So
so
that,
Already
okay.
passed, I can't see.
Alright,
Next
so,
question.
moving on,
That
we'll
shouldn't
go
be too
to
bad then.
Killy has a question for us.
Right.
We didn't have any technical difficulties.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Right. So primary school, middle school, high school. We all went at some point.
Middle school?
Yeah, I went to middle school.
Oh, did you? I didn't.
Okay,
Right. Well,
sure.
I'm guessing I'm the
What's
only
middle
person.
school?
Middle school. It's a place where you go between the ages of 9 and 12.
What years is that in England?
What? That's just like
So that's just
Wait,
like the end of
what year
primary
is
that?
school,
That's-
right? That's
is
like
that
year...
six-
yeah,
Is
that's
that
the end of
six-
primary
Yeah,
school.
but because
Year 3
in
to
our
year 6.
because
Yeah.
in my catchment area, the primary schools weren't big enough to keep you on beyond year 4 because of the stuff
Oh,
they had to
okay.
send you to middle school. Because the
that's
high
what's-
schools weren't
yeah.
big enough to keep year 5s onto year 12.
we-
Year 11.
Well, I think we had something. It's not common over here. It's usually primary school and then high school and then.
This isn't my question, by the way.
University or whatever. But
So, what is your thoughts on the education system?
Okay. Now here we go. My question is, we all had a weird kid in our year or something.
Oh god.
What did
I've
the
got
weird
mine.
kid at school do to become
I've got
weird?
mine.
Oh, yeah. All right.
in
Are you gonna-
primary
gonna-
school-
I feel so sorry for these guys.
Do you want to start us off? Or?
Already, I don't even need to start. Like,
What, you want me to
the
start
weird
off?
kids in school.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, yeah, fine. On our year 7 France trip, we were on the coach. We just left a stop station at the weirdest little chef caf that I've ever been to. And a guy 2 seats behind me lets out the wettest fart.
It's always fun. I swear.
he proceeds to shit himself on the trail.
Oh no.
But the worst thing is he doesn't get up to even admit it, even though people know it's him because the smell's going there. And this is from just outside London all the way to Portsmouth.
Oh,
When we
God.
get up, but the worst thing is when we get on the ferry, because he doesn't do that. He then, because it was a really rough day as well. He then proceeds to throw up on a teacher.
Oh.
It's not a good, not a,
He
not
had
a
a
good day for
terrible
him,
day.
basically. Not his
Yeah,
best day.
that kid, poor guy.
Because he was on the ship and stuff like that as well, he was forever known as Captain Shitpants.
Nice.
It was horrible.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
It really stank that day, but I guess that's weird. I mean, we had weirder kids, but that was the one that came to my head.
Okay.
So-
Who was the
So
guy?
I'll
pass
go
them up
next.
to you.
I'll go next. I think it was when I was in year 6. I think it was. We had some kid. He was let's say he's different. Liked a bit of attention. Suddenly, I think it was just in the middle of the day. We were just doing normal lessons. It was just suddenly there's a huge scream, and he's just there at his table. Just dives under the table. There's like I think we used to sit like 4 people at a table, so it's like table, and there's like 4 people around it. Comes back off one of the table, no pants. Just, nope. Yeah.
Did you see his
just-
pee-pee?
What happened to his bed?
Yeah, he's just holding his pants in his hand. Don't know why. That's what's happening. Runs screaming, belts out of the room, and just
Like
tears.
spiders in his pants or
I
something?
to be honest, I didn't stop to check. To be honest,
Really?
he just
I
tears.
expect more of you, Andy.
Yeah, he just. I was like, yeah, 6. I'd be like 11 at this point. So yeah, he just tears off through the room, smashes through the door. He just say, opens the door, just tears off down the hall, and apparently he just ran around the entire school for a good 20 minutes, being chased by teachers with no pants. Then
Yeah,
What
undies
happened
on?
to him?
no,
Did he
Did they
no,
admit him?
No,
Okay,
I
I know
he's-
what happened.
Full
He had some of
Monty.
them drugs that Lucy had.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, the drug was bust. That's what happened. That's what actually
Did
happened.
they
That's
admit him into
Flash.
a mental asylum?
yeah.
Was he there the next day?
He was not there. He was not there the next day. He didn't come back in for about 6 weeks or something.
Does anyone know what happened?
Uh,
Or is it just like one of them school mysteries?
It's just it's just one of those urban legends. It's still told. It's probably still told at the school to this day. It's an urban legend.
Why did he take his pants off
I don't,
under the table?
don't know. Well, obviously it would be mad if he just stood up and took his pants off. Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I
he's
mean,
a
yeah,
crazy
because
cab.
running around spinning his pants around his head isn't crazy enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some decency.
I like to think he was screaming, just like running around. Whoa!
No, it was just like a scream of like pure terror. We just don't know why.
He suddenly got scared of his pants.
Yeah, why would he?
I
Yeah, but if he
imagine
did,
the teacher-
if he
He
did,
got
why would
scared
he?
of his pants and ran around with them in his hand because they were chasing him.
Oh yeah,
But then-
that's what it was. Yeah.
They,
I imagine
They
they
were
just
constricting
couldn't
his
hand.
question their job.
They were
They were
constricting
just
his
like, why
loveliness.
do I do this?
Yeah, the teacher would just be like, "Oh God."
Oh,
oh, not
This is just-
again.
So yeah, this is the 3rd time this week. Come on.
Damn it.
I've seen enough of your Willy Tom Tom. Come on.
Yeah, I feel sorry for teachers.
Yeah, I
honestly.
mean,
My
Hard
sister
job,
wants
hard
to
job.
be a primary school teacher.
she's gonna have a fun.
Well,
what's
she's
she's
wrong
gonna
got
be
work
able
cut
tell
out for her.
tell it or not.
She's gonna have kids
Tell her it
picking their
doesn't pay enough.
noses and
Quit
sticking
while you're
bogeys on
ahead.
the wall.
I know, right?
So anyone else got any weird?
Mine was primary school as well. There was always this kid who was a couple of years below us. I'm not sure how many years below. I think it was at least 4. And he just, whenever he'd go to use the urinal, he'd pull his pants all the way down.
I had a kid like that.
Dude,
I
And
didn't
there
know
were
you had
times
kids
where
like that.
there were plenty of times where he'd take them off as well,
Oh God.
just to take a
So you
leak.
see-
It was
you
the
saw like his
funniest thing
bare
ever.
ass.
They used to stand there and poke fun at him. All
Oh,
the other
nice
guys in the
people.
toilet.
I hope they didn't
Alright,
poke
okay.
anything else.
I mean, it was primary
Kids.
school.
They're kids. Kids are evil, to be fair.
Yeah.
To be-
Kids
that-
are like
we-
the spawn of Satan.
we had a
bastard.
dude who would do that as well, but he'd been kept back like 3 years. So like
He was older?
Like yeah, so he was like 14, 15, and we were all like I don't know, like 12. So he'd be stood there and there'd just be a hairy ass in the toilet when you're going for a piss. It's like the weirdest thing ever.
Was he always there as well? He
Yeah,
just
he
lived.
never seemed to
Never
leave.
moved.
All right.
He's not the weird kid I had. but,
All right.
Yeah, he was one of them. God.
How very
You want-
interesting.
Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
We had a dude who would talk to the birds.
Right.
Now,
Did they talk
like,
back though?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, it's strange. It was in primary school, and there was this, like in our playground, there was like a hill. No, it was like a mound, and so it was like the highest point in the playground. And he would literally pace up and down that mound, like making seagull noises. And he wouldn't. He'd make a seagull noise, and then he wouldn't do it again until a seagull, like one of the birds circling, did an.
Oh, so he wasn't talking to them in like English. He was talking to them in bird language.
He was actually talking to them in bird. He got known as Seagull Boy. We called him Seagull Boy, and then he'd do that every break. Like literally, you'd walk outside, like, "Oh, Seagull Boy, is that it again?" And then he left the school and never came back. We don't know what happened. He just like randomly left one week.
The birds
we never saw him again.
The birds finally took him to be one of them.
Yeah,
I've tried finding him. I've tried finding him on Facebook, and nobody knows what happened to Seagull Boy.
Is he not registered under the name Seagull Boy?
No, we used to call him Seagull Boy.
He's just gone forever.
He was a strange one. He was alright in class, and then the second he got in that playground, he was talking to the birds.
Once he could see the sky, he was just his true self came out.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
Who's my weird guy? Kamal,
I believe it was your turn.
I don't know which one to go with. Like, we had a high school one and a primary school one.
Go primary school or high school, or go both.
Yeah,
see how the primary school
always seems
goes
to be
first.
better, but we haven't had a high school one, have we?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Mine was middle
I'll
school,
do
so we
the
haven't
high
had
school.
high school yet.
So our weird kid in high school, he was really strange because he wasn't like a stupid person. When it came to like book smart stuff, like he was pretty top of the class
He
most
was
of the
book
time.
smart.
But literally anything else, he was like a 2-year-old. We were pretty old at the time. I think we were around 16, and he still believed that babies were made by parents hugging or getting married.
Did he still play Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh yeah.
We had a Yu-Gi-Oh club at my high school.
I give Yu-Gi-Oh guys a break, you know.
Wait, hold on.
Into different
Yu-Gi-Oh is so
things.
12-year-old.
Did this guy have like a mental condition?
No.
Or was he just?
That's the thing. Well, not
a
diagnosed one.
Was he just like super naive?
Not diagnosed.
Well, it's possible, but he wasn't diagnosed with it, so we're not
like,
sure.
and people would tease him. They'd be like, "Oh no, this is how, you know, babies are made." And they'd explain it to him, and he'd just kind of cry and be like, "No, my parents didn't do that."
Oh, I think he may have had a condition.
I hope he did. I hope he wasn't just like that stupid.
I hope he did.
No, he was.
Like, he can get help for that. You can't get help for raw stupid.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and he was just kind of like super naive about everything, like 2-year-old level naive about.
Was he just like really gullible then?
I don't know, because he wouldn't believe anything anyone said to him. I think it might have been like he was really gullible, but only from his parents. Like, his parents would tell him things and he'd believe it like gospel.
Fair enough.
Like,
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. That was our high school weird.
I
had a
just
kid
thought
in,
of a high school one. If you
do
want to
it.
hear it, there was
I had one as well.
I don't know. He started out fine. I think he just did it for the attention, but he become obsessed with porn.
Well, that's a
There
good
were
start.
times-
Good start.
What's obsessed? Can we define?
Okay, so
Chronic
I was
masturbator.
talking with someone who I went to high school with yesterday, and he was saying how this guy had asked him multiple times to go into the local news agency and buy him a porno
Right.
mag. He just didn't have the balls to go and do it himself, so he'd ask someone else to do it. But like you could say anything, and it would just automatically resort to porn instantly. Like,
It's like where he'd always go.
apparently, a really hot teacher walked into the class once, and he put in his glasses. He's like, "Oh, I gotta see. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really nice."
Oh, wow.
It's just
Subtlety,
really
please.
creepy about it.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
We had in high school we had a kid who I guess in high school you're a teenager, who would walk around and do velociraptor walks. That kid was me.
There we go.
Funny you
I
say
did-
that when
Plot twist.
I did velociraptor walks in public places to try and make my friends
Freak.
laugh.
when I used to play football or soccer, wherever you're from, outside of school.
Football. It's never
Football. Come on, it's
Yeah,
just
but
football.
you know, if the American
The Americans
No.
are
No,
just
no,
a-
Josh, it's football.
Screw that, it's football.
I know it's football, but I used to during practice. I used to do like the walk like an Egyptian dance, just when nothing was happening.
Nice.
At least you're not a velociraptor like a killer.
I used to do the Macarena as my goal celebration for Sunday football.
Yeah.
Nice.
I still can't believe I just came up with the Velociraptor thing. I'm going to get teased for that.
Yes, you are. my
Yep.
friend.
Never gonna forget that now.
It's okay. You'll be a dinosaur one
I'm
day.
pretty sure I was a little kid. I just didn't do all the weird shit at school where people.
Just imagine how I'm going to be when Jurassic World comes out.
You see your people.
You're walking into the cinema like a velociraptor.
I hope you walk into the cinema.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
that.
you should-
I'm
you
gonna,
absolutely
like,
should
rub my
now.
head on their shoulders and just hand them my ticket, and I'm going to go, "Good day," and then just walk off. I'll have to do something like that at some point.
Definitely. I mean, you've got to now. You set the stage.
Yeah, I'll get someone to vine it for me. I'll probably do it next time I'm drunk.
Fine.
Best definition of Urban Dictionary.
Yep.
Vine. Something you do it for. Complete separate thing
You
there.
love
but-
that so much.
Huh?
You love that so much.
I do. I love
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
mentioned
there's
it
two fair.
heaps
It's
of
a
times.
cracking definition.
Because the first time I saw it, I've never laughed that much in ages. It was just, I don't know, there was something about it.
It's pretty
A
awesome.
Glorious.
vine, something you do it for.
It's funny, yet also correct.
Yeah.
So I believe we only have one question left. And it is... No?
What is it?
Cam? No?
Cam, haven't you got one?
Wait, do we only have one? Is it my question?
Yeah, it's your question. That's the last one.
Oh, I thought we had. Oh, okay.
Nope.
My question is related to a conversation we had earlier, like today. What is the worst injury you've got while you've been on holiday?
On holiday specifically.
On holiday specifically. I mean, well, it doesn't have to be an injury. Well,
On holiday.
yeah, I guess.
I know your. I think I know
injury
yours, Cam.
Yeah, I think I might know Cam's as well. You want
Injury or
to
illness.
start us off, Cam?
Yes, I can start off. So, I was in Florida on holiday, and I got second-degree burns on my back. Now,
How did
this
that
happened.
happen, Cam?
Tell
Well,
us all about it.
I'm
We
going
have
to
no
tell
idea.
you. It happened because we were at a water park, and it was like 30 degree plus. It was like in the height of summer, and stupid me thought, oh, I'm going to be in a water park, you know, the water's going to be nice and cool. I don't need sunscreen or anything. So I just went about, we were there from like 9 at morning till 3 in the afternoon. Bright sunshine all day, and I was in and out of the water, I was sunbathing, you know, everything you'd do. And then it got to like 2 hours after we left the water park, and I was like, yeah, I should have worn sunscreen. Because my back was literally on fire.
I mean, you say literally on fire.
It wasn't literally on fire, but trust me, it felt like it. It felt like there was
Your
someone...
son had become. I mean, your back had become the sun.
Yes,
Your son
my
had become
my
the
son
back.
had become the back, yes.
Yeah, not the other way I started.
But yeah, we got back to the hotel and like I was in a crazy amount of pain. And I'd been complaining about it. I've been complaining about it since we'd left the water park. And my mum had been prepared and she got some of that like, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like spray, it's like a cooling spray.
Yeah.
You spray it.
Yeah.
So she
Aloe
got some
vera.
of that. So she thought, okay, that's going to help him. So I was laid face first on my bed, and she sprayed it on my back, and it felt like she'd poured acid on my back. And it got to the point where I was screaming in pain, and I was actually in and out of consciousness because of the pain. Like I was full on screaming, crying, and in and out of consciousness. And I can't even describe, like the pain was like, imagine someone had a baseball bat or a cricket bat and had covered it in pins or needles, and they were just constantly smacking me in the top of my back. And it was like right across my back and shoulders. And it was just like that constantly. And then when I got this spray on me, it was like acid. It was awful. And it ended up where I just had to deal with the pain, but I was in and out of consciousness like constantly for probably an hour and a half. So my
That
parents,
sounds awful.
would get, like, at first they were worried, but I was like, it's just the pain. Like, don't be too worried. I know it doesn't look nice, but I'll be fine. No, that night I didn't sleep at all because I couldn't sleep on my back because it hurt to touch my back. But then I couldn't sleep on my front because it would stretch the skin on my back if I moved at all. And that would be in pain. So I had to sort of lean in the corner of the room and just sort of slump there all night. I was there for,
So sad.
I was there
You had
for
to
like
sleep on
8
the
hours.
dog.
Just, I was there for like
Just got this
8 hours
image of Cam kind of
slumped.
just slumped in a corner,
It was awful, trust me. And then it's
crying himself to sleep.
I was crying pretty much constantly. And this was only like 3-4 years ago. I was like 17 at the time.
Oh, the
And
man
I
you have
remember-
become today.
The next morning it had sort of cooled down and we went and got painkillers because you see by the time we got back to the hotel everything was shut. So we went and got painkillers and we got some natural yogurt, which apparently is good for cooling. And I got heat stroke at the same time. So
That's
like the next morning I was
Such a bad time.
I was like shaking because of the heat
Did that
stroke.
ruin your holiday? Like, or did you get back, or was that towards the end?
It was the last day we were in Florida.
Oh god.
Awesome.
Kind of
Awesome.
So then I had all this, like, I put natural yogurt on and that actually helped. So we put like a few layers of natural yogurt on and then bandaged it all up. And then I had to fly home like that. And the bandages and the yogurt sort of helped it, but it was actually like solidifying the yogurt because of the heat. Like my back was so hot, so
Oh,
it was
God.
solidifying the yogurt.
Awesome.
And
Was
we
it
got back
curdled?
and I went to the hospital.
I bet
I
there were
went to the
people sitting
hospital.
behind you on the plane going, "Fuck, that stinks." Who is that?
Sweaty,
I had to
sweaty
keep going.
yogurt.
Just fermenting yogurt
I had to
in
go
his
to the
back.
toilet and like reapply it every like hour or so.
Oh, that must
So
have
we
looked
got back
so
and,
That's
like,
a long
rank.
flight as well.
I went to the
That's a long
hospital.
flight as well.
I went to the hospital and they said, "Yeah, you've suffered second-degree burns. How did you manage to like keep it together?" So like keep it together. I was in and out of consciousness. I was stood in the corner of the room shaking all night. That's not keeping it together.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it keeping it together. But
Cam, they don't need to know
And
you
for, like-
kept it together like a real man.
For like 2 weeks, my back was like bleeding, and it had all these. I'm not going to go into detail what was happening, but it was disgusting. My back, and it was like the skin was actually peeling off because of I'd burnt it all off.
Do you
it
get
was
any
actually peeling
scarring
off.
from it as a result?
The top of my back is all scarred.
Ah.
The top of my back, it's like it's not scarred to the point where it's like
Yeah.
like you could, unless I specifically told you what it was, you wouldn't know. But this,
I know,
it's
but
like,
I was just thinking something
you can
like
see
that.
where all the cuts were, and you can see all the burn marks on my back.
Yeah.
It's quite and down. To start with, it was awful. Like my back was a mess, but it's not too bad now.
Alright, that's
But even now, when I go out in the sun, I'm so scared of not having sunscreen on because of that.
well,
it was
understandably,
just
I guess.
It
Yeah,
was.
right?
That's probably the worst thing that has ever happened to me
You
injury-wise.
scared me. of
I said
getting
I
the
managed to
sun.
get second-degree burns on my skin from the sun. Like, how do you even do that? It's because apparently I was in and out of the water, so like the sun would affect my skin, and then I'd get in the water and that would like boil it because the
Yeah,
water was
it
so
might-
hot.
Yeah.
It
Increase
was.
the heat, yeah.
It was a really bad idea. So make sure you wear sunscreen, kids.
Let's go.
Go
Yeah,
next,
yeah.
'cause I've got
Moral
I've
of
got a
the story.
sunscreen story.
Cautionary tale. Go for it.
It's a bit lighter than Cam.
I have nothing.
It's a bit less. It's a bit less than Cam's
year
tale of
was-
woe.
It was the year 2007. It was the summer. It was the year. It was the summer before I went to high school. So my family decided, you know what, we can't go abroad this year because I didn't get my passport in time. So my brother blamed me. So we went to Devon. We went to Dawlish for a week, and we stayed out there. And then on the second day we were down there, we decided to go to the beach in Dawlish, because the Dawlish beach, which I've been to since I've been back at uni, and it is a really good beach. So we went there, and again, like Cam, I was naive to think, all right, I'm going to go in the ocean. The ocean's going to be cool. There's no way the sun can heat up the ocean water because the ocean stays cool. No need to
I know,
apply
right? You think that,
sunscreen.
don't you?
No need to apply sunscreen on the bottom half of my body. Only the top half, because, you know, just in case my back, you know, faces the sun. So I went in there and I went in the ocean, swam around all day and stuff like that. Didn't realise my dad did the same, but this is how it relates to the story later. I come out, all fine, but it's not until hours later, after I hop out the shower, that my legs and ankles begin to hurt, and I'm thinking like, what have I done? Have I been stung? Have I pulled something? And it's not until I looked down that I saw my feet were red, and for some reason the ankles were a bit purple, and I was just thinking like, I've burnt myself. How have I burnt myself? My feet were at the bottom of the... Damn it. And then I was going, Mum, and I couldn't walk properly, so I was hobbling, and I fell down, I tripped down the steps. But not to my knowledge. I was going like, Mum, I think, and he goes, you burnt your feet, haven't you? And I was going, how did you know? And he's going like, your dad's got the same. So this was the second day, and we had 5 days to go, and then the next day we went out for like a walk, and then we went somewhere else. But the problem was, I don't know who did it. I still think it was my mum, but someone hid mine and my dad's sandals, so I had to wear my AstroTurfs in barefoot, or because I couldn't put the socks on because it's too painful. Painful. So I had to wear my AstroTurfs, and it just constantly rubbed, and I had to beg my brother to give me a piggyback. So points me couldn't even lift me because he was still shorter than me. So I was hobbling. I looked like a scarecrow walking or something. It was just horrible. And me and my dad had to link arms so we could actually pull ourselves up the stairs.
Teamwork.
It was horrible. Oh, I hate that holiday went from really good to fucking shit in the space of 2 days. I know. I've got a bit of scarring on my ankle, which you can see if you point it out, but apart from that, yeah. But that was because of the fact that at one point when I was on the walk, my AstroTurfs had rubbed on my ankle so hard that the skin had peeled away, you could actually see like a bit of muscle.
No thanks.
You could see a bit of muscle?
Oh, wow.
That is disgusting.
That's not great.
I thought mine was bad. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go just because I actually genuinely don't have anything decent. I've been sick, like regular sick on holidays.
Apparently that's hilarious.
I've never done anything super inhuman to myself. I've never like tortured my being. So,
I wish I hadn't.
No, I don't have any decent stories. So, Josh or Andy,
I'll go. All right.
Alright,
It was. Yeah, I'll go. What I think it was my second trip to Australia. I was like 15, 16,
Australia's a killer,
16
man.
maybe.
Australia's
Surprising.
great.
Surprising it didn't involve any animals or anything like that. I was
That's
disappointing.
You didn't get.
We
Not
train
even a
them so
single
hard just
kangaroo?
for tourists like you.
Yeah. No, I can't remember exactly how it happened because I kind of blacked out. But I got hit in the head with a block of wood. Don't know how. Can't remember. And
Can't remember.
Yeah.
I wonder
5
why.
blocks of wood, Australia, right?
yeah,
Does it rain blocks of wood in Australia?
yeah. Apparently.
You'll have to find out.
And then,
Come to Australia.
Andy got wood.
Andy got what?
yeah. But it woke up and I was missing a front tooth.
Which,
So, like,
which tooth? Top?
Oh, were you a kid?
Oh no, this was an adult tooth.
Oh
Oh,
my!
It
How did you
had
get
literally
that?
snapped in half.
Ah, fuck.
It was like, I woke up and I was like, this is weird. I feel it in my mouth.
Did some stranger just come to like freaking wallop you?
And it was like
Why
my,
don't you
damn,
feel
damn
weird,
Englishmen.
yeah, my mouth felt really weird and I had like a split lip and that. And I was like, there's a hole here. There should not be one there.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Maybe if
I
I crawl
spent
down, it'll appear in a magical world.
yeah. So I spent like a couple of days at like a dental hospital, and basically I now have a plastic tooth.
That's cool.
Oh, you got a false tooth?
Right, yep, that one right there.
Oh, cool. My friend's got a false tooth there.
Does it make
Yeah.
a sound when you tap it?
He ran into a
How does
kid's
that
head.
feel? I was wondering.
It just feels like it just feels like a normal tooth. It
Do you
feels
have
like
to take it out at all?
no, it's like it's literally like glued onto the rest of my
Oh,
tooth.
okay,
So
fair enough.
because I've still
We should all get.
I've still
fake
got
teeth.
like a
Mike's
chip.
picking that up.
You know what fake teeth don't do? Rob.
Yeah, it's true.
We should all get fake
Yeah.
teeth. Screw
Apparently,
fake teeth.
there's
Who needs
a thing they
but-
do that in like Ireland or something. They take everyone's they take out the wife's teeth like when she's at 18 and give her a set of fresh
What?
new ones or something.
make like clean white
Yeah.
ones?
Pretty
That
much.
When
was
did
a-
they do this?
That was a thing.
It was
Do
a
they still
thing.
do this?
Apparently, I think I don't think they do it much, but I think
it sounds like a good idea to me.
I think it's like a
I don't
Sure,
know what you
come
guys are
on.
about.
I think it's just like a tradition.
I don't know when, but it was really common.
You're
in,
so sadistic.
Like the
Yeah.
60s, maybe, because both mine then have false teeth.
Mine
Yeah, I'm pretty
No,
sure
I
it was
just
a
mean,
thing
like,
at one
have
stage.
you
I don't
seen-
know when.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a thing
Have
at some
you seen
point.
like false teeth nowadays? They're identical.
Oh yeah, they're real good.
It's
Like
like,
in every way you can think of.
yeah, it's
they're
like no
identical,
one
except
no
they
one
go
can
wrong.
tell I have a false
Like,
tooth
if it
unless I
wasn't
point it
a super
out.
painful, pointless procedure, it's pretty
Yeah, my friend has a false tooth. You won't be able to tell, except when he gets drunk. He has a habit of it drops out of his mouth. Well,
Well, it just falls out. It also
it's disgusting. He got kicked across the dance floor once, but that's a
Oh,
whole
wow,
other
fuck that.
that's not great.
I mean, you can get them like Andy's like implanted.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's only if you've got like a chunk of tooth left. So, but like, for like a day or so, I had like
Just cut it out of the root.
for like a day I had like, a stub of a tooth and it had like the nerve poking out of it.
Oh, shut up.
So it's like every time I was eating something, it was like, nah, nope.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
so even if I was like asleep, like my tongue would like touch the nerve, and I just like wake up. I was like, good lord, what's happening?
Well, I think every time you touched it, you went, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you're in the middle of a restaurant.
It probably did. Yeah.
The Australians who's walking around like stupid Englishmen.
Yeah.
Bloody
Coming over here and making noise in our restaurant.
Yeah, bloody
Yeah.
palms.
Who is this guy? Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy.
But yeah,
Oh, God.
it's all you, Josh.
Before I do tell my story, have you ever been? There was one time, I remember, we went to a caravan park years ago, and it was a really hot day, but the water was so cold that you could walk across. The sand was boiling hot, but you could walk across this sand without feeling a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really weird. But anyway, onto my story. I was at my.
It's just,
I don't know. It was just something I thought of.
it has no relation to the story whatsoever.
All the beaches and the sunburns, I thought it was pretty cool. I was at my uncle's and auntie's house, about 6 hours north of Sydney. Shut up, Andy.
Just random facts from Josh.
Random. I thought he was going to get second degree personal speed or something. But no, he just thought, oh, you know, us Australians,
like,
we're really
that's-
cool on a caravan holiday.
What? I thought it was like it was a really hot day, but the water was so cold. Like it was weird.
So fucking
So
weird.
interesting.
It was just so random.
okay, go.
Yeah,
Carry
no,
on.
go.
I was at my uncle's and auntie's house. It's about 6 hours north of Sydney. They live out in the sticks, and they had this farm, and their driveway is just dirt and gravel. And I was we were feeding their dog, and it's quite, because it's quite a big property. This driveway is quite really long. Riding the bike, and I was holding the dog bowl at the same time. So I was riding one-handed while holding this dog bowl.
You
And there
brave
was
man.
Yeah, I've never ridden one-handed before. I've never been confident enough. But there was this
Oh, really?
pothole. There was this pothole in the ground, and I couldn't avoid it because I was steering with one hand. So I just kept going straight, and I hit the side of it. The bike went sideways. My cousin, who was riding in front of me,
I mean,
the front of my bike got stuck on his bike, and my knee was dragged a couple of meters along this gravel dirt
That's gonna
pathway,
sting.
oh,
and
this happened
just
to my
scraped
brother,
the
yeah.
shit out of my knee.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got up. My cousin's like, "You right? You right?" I was like, "Yep." Walked straight inside, sat down, and passed out.
You brave man.
You
I
definitely
don't
weren't
make a
alright
scene.
then.
Yeah.
The fact that you
That-
had
that
to
same
make it
thing
look
happened
like you were
to-
fine. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, fine. Goes
And
around
it's not
corner,
the fir-
immediately passes out.
It's not the
That's like
first time
kids,
I've
right?
done that.
When you're a kid, you'll do anything. You're like so stupid.
not-
It's amazing.
It's not the first time I've done that either. I cut my foot open on a shovel, and I walked through the house, skin flapping everywhere, blood everywhere. My mum and dad are like, "What happened? What happened?" Nothing. Walked into the bathroom, passed out.
I like this story. He didn't want to tell his parents what he did, so he was like, "Oh, nothing happened."
I was waiting for that killing.
It was
Skin
skin. It was
flapping bit was
it was
enough.
skin flap.
that's
Just
all
imagine
bad.
just
I think I had
It's
12
like-
stitches.
wow.
That's how I imagine skin flapping is.
No.
Or is that skin fapping?
My-
I can't remember. I don't know the two.
Well, that's different.
Glorious.
It's a different podcast
Different thing
entirely.
entirely. Yeah.
You-
Oh my god.
So on that fantastic note of
Andy.
on that note of skin flaps, I think we're pretty much at time here, aren't we?
Yay!
Yep. So
Wait,
okay.
I'm
We
not
should- we
cheering
shouldn't
for
be
the end
happy.
of the podcast. It's just well done.
Yeah, we made it
Ah,
through.
yeah.
We made it through.
Well
we
done for
didn't
your
even
first
have.
host, Andy.
Yeah, it was all fine. Nothing
job.
went wrong. Nothing
at
went wrong.
all. Sorry.
Absolutely
Everyone
nothing.
Sorry about the editing.
So yeah,
Nothing
just,
went
and
wrong.
Wartburg just edit that out. It's fine.
Everyone should
So,
give Andy a round of applause.
Yeah, that's bows. Thank you. So
A
Luke
round
never got
of applause.
Luke never got
Round.
applause. I did. Here we go.
Andy, take
One
us.
up for Andy.
Yeah, well, plus 1 point from me. But
Future
I guess
host.
we will see you all in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no. I have a thing. I
You know, I
thing.
forgot. I
did
told you
al-
not to
I,
forget.
s- I almost. I
I
said.
was just sitting there like,
Said I
"Come
wouldn't
on."
forget.
I want to know
Yeah,
the thing,
okay.
Andy.
We
Tell
have
me the
we have
thing.
a.
Tell us the thing.
I'm going to
Tell
tell you
me
the thing,
thing.
Josh. Shut up! I'm going to tell you the thing right now. We have a Twitter now. So if you go to Twitter, you can
we
follow
can
us.
Twitter you.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
twat at you.
Because we're all
and it's
twit.
Fuck's
We,
sake.
we can Twitter
It's
twat.
Twitter.
Hashtag.
It's at Team
Hashtag Team
LBF.
LBF.
I spat everywhere.
There'll be a link in the link.
Yeah, we'll put a link to it in the link dump. But yeah, Wartburg also edit out the bit where I forgot to mention Twitter. So
No, don't mention. Don't edit that out.
yeah, absolutely edit that out.
Edit
I
all
got-
of this out.
Leave it all in. It's all staying in.
And we're past
And
that.
then that's okay. So this time we are going. So
Yes. Yeah.
You don't have anything else to say?
anything else?
Thank
No.
you for listening to this.
Nope. Nothing.
No, we have nothing else to say.
Bye.
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 Bye.